Maayong Adlaw!
Welcome to the Podpointe.
Season 3! Maayong Adlaw! Welcome back to the Podpointe. This is me again, Janine, and I am joined by... Dang, 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 dang.
Maryang, I'm back.
Yes, welcome back. It's been a long
Did you
time
miss
coming.
me?
I do. Achoo! How are you, Maryang?
I'm good actually. I'm enjoying running.
I know
and
you are.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yes.
Sa akong mga posts and all.
Yes, correct.
Sa akong mga subscribers. Anyways, yeah, I'm good at it. I'm enjoying good this new hobby. Also, it's quite expensive.
Sige, galingan mo pa.
Anyway,
Bitaw,
that's
bitaw. So,
it from me.
yeah, glad that you are enjoying it. And you know what? We are still in our journey of eating healthy and living healthy. Because the previous episode talked about diet and fasting. And we are still gonna do so, talk about, healthy living. And part of it is really knowing more about food. That's why we have invited our very beautiful guest, as in literally beautiful guest,
Inside
Sam
and
Sue.
Hi.
Welcome back. It's not
Yeah.
your first time. Yeah.
Good to be back.
Yay. It's been a while, no, Merg? I think, was it in the season 1 of Podpointe ba?
Yeah,
I think
I
season 1 pa, no?
2
Wala pa tayo
years,
video
three-
ato.
Wala pa.
Yes. Nakaroon na tayo video, Sam. How are you feeling today?
I feel nervous. But I'm
Good,
happy.
nervous. Yes, yes. And I want to congratulate you because you're about to graduate this
Yes,
month, this
thank
July
you.
28th. So congratulations. So
Thank
just
you.
for our audience and for our avid listeners, di ba nadyo ko yung avid listeners.
Of
and-
course.
Bitaw. So Sam is graduating for the course nga nutrition and dietetics.
Yes.
Oh, diba? Correct ako
You
sa
got it
dietetics. Yes, so swak na swak si Sam sa amo ang atong topic karon, which is really about nutrition regarding food. So mao na siya. We would want to ask Sam about this and so. And I'm excited about it personally, especially you, Maryang, because you're into running. We just talked about sports nutrition.
To a healthier 2024.
Correct, because at our age, di ba? At my age lang, kay mga bata, pamanin silang duha.
I'm
Bata pa
old.
man sabi ko. Bitaw, sige. So, Sam, thank you again for being with us, and we're excited to be with you kaniya to ang topic karon. So, let's dig in right away to our question number 1. So, I'm gonna go ahead and throw it to you. So, I've shared to you an article that we read from New York Times. It's actually debunking food myths, and there are 10 of those, but we just wanted to focus on one food myth that we wanted to relay to our audience, to our listeners, and our viewers, because I think this one is very relatable sa ilaha. A lot of us would, at some point in our lives, would want to go through either weight gain or losing weight. So either of those two. And there is this myth about this that, quote, calories in, calories out is actually the most important factor for long-term weight gain. Weight gain. That's the food myth. Calories in and calories out. So let's ask Sam about this myth and your view about this. So,
So while I was reading it, I think that calories in, calories out would be beneficial for like short term only
Yeah.
if you're trying to lose weight or gain weight fast. But I think we should look at it in the long term
Mm-hmm.
because as the article says, we should look at the quality instead of the quantity.
Yeah.
So, like, if you imagine eating like the same amount of calories of fats and the same amount of calories of, let's say, vegetables,
Mm-hmm.
so of course you would gain weight with fats, even if it's just the same calories
Mm-hmm.
because of how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that we should start looking at what we eat,
Mm.
the quality of food. One of the things that were mentioned were like ultra processed foods.
Yeah, I want to talk
Yeah.
about that my ultra pa process pa. Sige, go. Say, let's talk more about that, Sam.
So like ultra processed foods are like basically what we see in the market, like instant stuff like
Correct.
instant noodles or fast,
Fast food.
food. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when we say processed, it's more of like salted. Like
Mm.
you just process it a bit. If it makes sense. Yeah. Compared to ultra processed, those are like sugary stuff, like
Yeah.
sugary drinks.
Is this like where you put it in the word refined sugar, refined carbohydrate, something like that? Is it related?
I believe it's not so. When we say refined, because like, white rice is an example of
Mm.
refined, right? That's why we say that brown rice is better than white rice
Mm-mm.
because brown rice we get more fiber.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we feel full
Yeah.
right away. So we eat less
Mm.
if you can experience that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So ultra processed are added with, I read that they're added with additives that would make us
Mm.
crave for them or like we would
Ooh,
want
would
to
be
eat
addictive.
more. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, with the salt, the sugar added.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Which
that-
is definitely unhealthy.
yes,
Yes,
definitely.
definitely unhealthy. Yeah, so yeah, Maryang, anything you want to add on this one?
No, anything I want to ask.
Patay ba mo siya nag-iko ni Sam la? Agoy.
Because it's my first time hearing the term ultra processed
yeah.
food.
Mhm.
And what comes to my mind is that longer ba ang ilang shelf life or something?
Yes,
Mhm.
basically longer
okay.
shelf life because with the preservatives.
Yeah.
Makes sense,
Yeah.
makes sense.
So one thing I learned is that when we look at the label, kay, 'di ba, we see the ingredients.
Mm.
So the more ingredients na we don't
Yeah, no?
recognize,
Ah.
that's more unhealthy than those like made with like natural
Yeah.
or organic ingredients.
Correct.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
longer
bitaw.
the shelf life and the more ingredients,
Mhm.
then
The
the,
more ingredients you
unhealthier.
don't know, mga
Yeah.
unfamiliar.
Ah, okay. Or
Yeah. Daghag mga unsa na din
Mga
mo.
additives, yeah.
Yeah. Which was chemically preserved
Yeah.
namang good
Mm-mm.
ni nga na gani because again that's how the world is evolving when it comes to like food and all that, no. But mao lagi jud to akong giingon nga Mingon na ako at my age. You go back to the basics, jud ba? Which we
Yes.
already know that we really have to have a balanced diet. You know, we have to be intentional in what we eat, as what you had said. It should be
Yes.
quality over quantity, and then we all know that we should eat Go Grow Glow foods. I remember those things when back in our high school days and elementary days, things like that. But yeah, so we're drawing that line nga kanang we have to be purposeful and intentional in our in how we eat, and that includes knowing what should we eat, what should we not eat. And as what you had said, ultra processed foods are like a no jud. Hinga na siya. So Sam, I wanna get to know more about balanced diet because this is like a refresher na lang for all of us.
Yes.
Yes, not just for me, but for everybody, no matter what age you are, because I think it's something that we wanted to really relay. Nga, eating healthy is very important. And on that note, before you answer, I just wanna insert something because I'm really thankful for my church family because the young wives has
Shout out.
shout out to the young wives, yes, because they had this group of kanang low carb, practicing a low carb,
They have a program
yes, ay nga na
that they
gani.
follow.
Because just the main focus is to really eat healthy. And of course, part of it is losing weight because again, if you're already over your normal BMI, it's not healthy for you na. So it's good that we should lose weight, and that's me. I actually joined the program. Not joined the program, but I'm really thankful because number one, what I got from it is really the discipline.
Mm.
The discipline to intentionally eat what's good and focus on that so that you would be able to get your goal. And it's not a goal of being unhealthy. Again, it's about your body being healthy. So thankful for my church family. They are still continuously doing that. So Aja, fighting for them.
Laban.
Laban lang. So Sam, let us know more about that balanced diet. So maybe for a typical Filipino meal, could you give us an example of that? And I'm so interested in knowing how to count the calories. No, I'm not in for like we should really count all the
Yeah.
calories that we eat, but just learning
Mm-mm.
about it because that's part of nutrition, knowing that your diet consists of this and that. So yeah. So go ahead, Sam.
Okay, so I think if we try to learn how to count calories, it would be so technical.
Technical.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I brought actually a book. So basically, we base it on the food exchange list.
Mm.
So it's
Food exchange list is what? Is it like for everybody?
yeah, that's what we use when we count meal
Mm.
plans or we make.
Mm-hmm.
So the food items are classified. So we have vegetables, rice, protein, and for the rice and meat, they're also classified also to different groups. So I won't dig deeper, but
Yeah.
yeah. I'll just give a short background or
Yeah,
like
sige, go,
so
go.
like for example, one exchange or one serving of rice would be like a half cup,
Mm.
and that would be 100 calories
half cup of white rice.
of and like white and brown.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And let's say 1.5 slices of bread, since Filipinos love bread. Yeah, that's like one exchange as well.
Mm.
Yeah, so and then for vegetables, that would be half cup, would be one serving. Yeah, and then for meat, it would be like the size of your palm or like a matchbox size. That's like one.
I learned from it.
serving.
Matchbox size. Murag di siya
Yeah.
ko mag-eat og matchbox size.
But we're not saying na one matchbox size lang, yeah, per meal. That we would usually recommend like 3, depending, because again, it's very individualized. So I can't say what you should eat like this for everyone to follow, because we have different needs.
Different
Yeah.
body
Yeah,
types.
different body
Yeah,
types.
different metabolism.
Yeah, so when we count how much you need in a day, we would really look into your age, physical activity, gender.
Comorbidities.
Yes, comorbidities if you have. So it's really very personalized.
Yeah.
So that's why I wouldn't really want to talk more about it, just to
Yeah.
also save time, and also maybe people would follow it, and that's
That's
yeah,
true.
not for everyone.
Yeah, and yeah, because I read about it nga, if you want to go on diet or fasting, it's not for everybody because
Yeah.
again, there are certain diseases that would stop you from doing so. It's not that's why we have to really ask
A professional.
Yeah.
advice in cases like this. So again, a disclaimer, me and Maryang, we're not expert of
Professionals.
this. Yes, and we're pretty sure that Sam is better with us when it comes to like food and nutrition. That's why we're so happy that she said yes to this one.
We
In
only
line
got
of-
our information from reels.
Ang research naman.
Yeah.
Nag-research din naman tayo sa mga sa mga proper resources that we could get from the internet. So yeah, so I like how you said it nga individualized,
Yeah.
no? And I think it's really important that we should know our bodies.
Yes.
Yeah, and then but for a starter lang Sam, like ano na lang, maybe what should really kanang we should think about when it comes to eating? What should we really put emphasis? Sige, sige.
So, as you mentioned, in a like Filipino setting, so we have this thing called Pinggang Pinoy. So that's one of the reference or visual aid that we usually show it to yeah. So basically, in a meal, we should have rice or carbs, source of carbs, protein, fruits and vegetables, and of course, water.
So protein, what could be sources for that?
So it could be fish, meat like chicken, pork, beef, or eggs.
Eggs,
Yes.
And any other seafoods other than
Yes,
fish?
shrimps, yes,
may nga na.
yeah. So that's basically how our meal should look like in a day. So that's what we call like a balanced diet because we get to have all the nutrients that we need in one meal. So one of the principles also that I learned during my first year pa lang and what I always share to people. So this for disclaimer lang for normal adults.
Yeah.
For healthy adults. So moderation. So there's like an acronym MOVABA.
MOVABA.
Yeah.
MOVABA?
Yeah. So moderation, variety, and balance.
Wait,
Moderation.
moderation,
Variety.
variety, balance.
Balance.
Ooh,
Yeah.
moderation, variety, balance. Okay.
Yeah. So for me personally, I don't really say good you should eat this or not, like good food, bad food. So
I like how you said it because I think people would say, that's a bad food. We should not really eat it.
Yeah.
So I remember that dietitian that he mentioned this one. We should not really label good food, bad food.
Also, he mentioned 4 types of food that you should not eat, and one of it was the food that you don't like.
Yeah, correct. Sige, go.
yeah. So going back, so there's no such thing as good food and bad food because I think we can't really avoid eating those instant or fast food in this day and age, but what we can do is we eat them in moderation and like we won't eat too much or we won't eat them frequently. And I guess that's where moderation comes in.
Correct.
And for variety, we can't get all the nutrients we need in just one type of food item, right? So like for example, vegetarians, I think it's gonna be very controversial.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can get everything in just plants or
Vegetables.
Yeah.
vegetables. So that's where we variety comes in. So
Yeah.
we eat meat like protein. We need fats as well. So
That's true.
yeah, and as well as carbs
Yeah.
because that's basically the primary source of energy in the body.
Ang carbs.
Ang carbs, yes.
Yes.
And lastly, balance. So when you have all those food items, then you can call it a balanced meal.
Correct. Wow. Ganahan kay ko sa kuan. Moderation, variety,
Variety,
and then balance.
balance.
Because I think that's really important jud no nga. Again, intentional and at the same time quality ang imuhang foods nga i-put sa imuhang table. And at the same time, you don't really restrict too much of your food. Nga.
Yes.
Katong yung giingon ba nga, just because kanang you don't like the food, you have to really kanang eat it.
Just because it's healthy.
Oo.
Yeah, bisag dili ka ganahan sa
Bisag di
taste.
ka ganahan. Oo. Kaya naman siya yung preferences, di ba?
Oo,
But hindi
yeah.
siya kaganahan. I have a friend who doesn't like celery at all, but I love celery. Yeah, that friend is over there. Oh. Yeah, she doesn't like celery. And then, come, di ba? So,
Yeah.
you shouldn't push that person nga kanang,
Yeah.
no, eat it. Yan na, because it's healthy, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah. Mm-mm.
I think there are other alternatives.
Correct,
as well, yeah.
correct, yeah.
And also, Sam mentioned the MOVABA, but I also want to ask if the order of the food that you take matters, because I've heard that it's kind of a game changer if you take
Like,
first the fiber
fruits,
or the
ingana,
fruits,
ingana.
yeah.
Mm.
Because usually, I think growing up, I've always practiced eating fruits after meal,
Mm.
like after a meal. But I remember my grade 6 teacher, she always eats her banana before
Prior.
meal, and so it
So you wanna
had
ask
me
her if that's
asking,
ano?
yeah,
Mm.
it had me asking na, do we
Does it really matter?
Yeah, the order of the food that you eat matters ba?
Mm.
Sige, go.
Okay, so for me, I think it doesn't
Really
really
matter.
matter, but we usually classify fruits as like a substitute for dessert, which is after our meal. Yeah, so it's like the healthier alternative for desserts, which is usually sweets, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think most people eat vegetables first, or like salads, because
Yeah.
fiber makes us feel full easily. So if you feel full, then you won't really eat much after.
Mm.
So I think that's
That's
one
what
of the
they-
reasons
yeah.
why.
So if you don't want to take a lot of food or a lot of calories, so it's advisable that you take the fibers first before the meat or something.
I think it's if you're into controlling on what you
Yeah,
eat,
Ah,
maybe
okay.
it's important that you try to reorder how you eat it, because again, as what you had mentioned, when you take first fiber, it easily helps you
Feel
make you feel
full.
full.
Mhm.
Thus, if you do so, it will help in you controlling
Controlling
and how you eat.
the food that
Um,
you take.
So it's actually good way to manage losing weight also. Maryang nga na. But again, as what you mentioned, it's not really.
Yeah, like
Mm.
it depends, Richard, on you.
And I
Yeah.
think what really is important is that your food is balanced.
Yeah.
Again, as what we had
balance.
Yeah, as what we had discussed katong atong devotion kanina nga,
Yeah.
anything is permissible but not everything is beneficial. So that's why you still have to have control, Jod,
Yes.
ning ana. So the problem right now, Manggod, as we had talked about earlier, as the world progress, changes of lifestyle, and it's not a change pud nga kanang nindot sa atong body. Sometimes it really becomes unhealthy for us. Like, again, we talk about people not sleeping early, thus the late night cravings,
Yes.
and thus where over consuming will come from. So it's not really, you're starting to have that kind of bad habit. So that makes it more difficult for you to really engage in healthy living. So again, when it comes to like healthy living, and it's not just physically, even in our spiritual discipline, we really need discipline, di ba?
In all aspects.
Oo, in all aspects of our lives. So on that note, I wanna ask Sam, di ba? May segue talaga tayo dito. Yeah, because you're about to graduate and you're really studying about food and all. And I was really interested to know that, because you are a Christian, and I wanted to ask, like, at some point in your studies about food and nutrition, was there at some point nga it really correlated to your faith? Like, you got it thinking na, amazing kasi God kay blah 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 blah, or what point, or is there a point of that during your studies?
Actually, I mentioned it earlier. That was supposed to be my answer.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'll just repeat it.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Sam.
so basically what I study is food, which basically is naturally from God, right? The
Amen.
organic
Mhm.
food items. Yeah, so that's what we consume,
Mhm.
primarily what we intake in our body. So we should really be careful,
Mhm.
right? We should take care of our body. And one thing I realized during my last year of studying is that in the community, a lot of people has this diseases which are caused primarily of our intake or what we consume, like sweet, salty. I'm sure Filipinos
Know
we,
about
we
this.
really love sweet and salty foods. Yes, and we tend to forget na we should take care of our body because God gave it to us,
Mhm.
and that we are told to honor and take care of our body
Yeah.
since it's also the temple of the Holy Spirit, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one thing and I learned. And another way also to relate it spiritually, I think, is we should be careful of what we consume.
Mhm.
Yeah, of what we read, make sure,
Ah.
yeah, right? So like
Yeah.
what we learn,
Yeah.
make sure that it's correct,
Yeah.
it's biblical,
Mhm.
and we should also fact check with the Bible. So
Yeah.
same with what we eat as well. We
Mhm.
should be careful of what we eat. We
Mm.
should check the label
Yeah.
if it is safe to eat. Yeah.
Correct. Correct. Mm. Thank you so much, Sam. Ganahan kay ko atong kuan. Ako ang key takeaway is the MOVABA. Oh, diba? Ganahan kay ko ato at this age. Bitaw. So, yeah, I have thank you so much for those kuan your sorry siya inputs.
Imparting your
Na your
knowledge.
knowledge, your wisdom about it, because that's how it is with hopefully our audience would really be able to kanang if you have questions, don't hesitate to email us because we can ask Sam about this further if you wanted to.
Or
Diba?
you can message us via Instagram, Facebook.
Yes, Maryang is ready to answer.
I will just relay the questions to Sam.
Yeah. Bitaw, so how about you, Maryang? What's your key takeaway?
Um,
Bawal
information
mag-copy-paste.
overload.
Bawal mag-MOVABA.
um, that I think this is basic, that the food that we eat, it depends really on the type of body that we have. It's the diet that you need to have is needs to be personalized or individualized according to your needs. So there's no one size fits all na
Kind of.
reseta. No, what's about that recommendation for everyone. So we all need to study our bodies, our current physical status. So we have a lot of factors to consider in planning our meals.
Yeah, and if you somehow is kanang you're not really sure, then I suggest you go to a doctor.
Yeah, or a
And-
nutritionist.
Yes, or a nutritionist to ask help regarding that. Ana. So if you're like a student, go to your koan. Di ba they have like doctors in school that you could be
Yeah,
able to.
oh.
So you can do that too. So yeah, anything else that you would want to
Yeah, I'm
share?
actually grateful for this topic in July in celebration
A nutrition
sa
month?
Nutrition Month, because right now since I'm trying to be active.
Yes.
And it's not
Trying. Hindi trying to be active. Active na active ka, girl.
It's not just really running. You need also to consider the food that you eat. So it kind of fascinates me, the food that I take,
Yeah.
and how to count the calories or the myths that I need to debunk. Diba? So you need to study food.
Yeah.
Not just run. So you need
Yes.
a lot of factors are involved. So
Yeah.
it's interesting that
Mhm.
you get to learn day by day good with
Yeah.
this stuff.
And I like how you said nga, again, going back to the word intentional, because you are so into running, you fall in love with running, but falling in love with it does not end there, because you study like how you are and what running is and how it can really help your body, at the same time
Yeah.
knowing on how to make sure that your nutrition is good, so it doesn't end from just running, but really the knowledge and wisdom that
Yeah.
you get from being intentional about it. So it's
And-
the same thing with us in anything that we do, because again, in all aspects of our life, God wants us to really have that stance of kanang being healthy, because we do not own our body. God gave us Jesus, diba? To really be able to purposefully do what He wants us to do in this world. So, diba? Pang Miss World!
And I.
Miss Universe ang answer. Bitaw. So, yeah. So, that's it for our episode today. So, thank you again so much, Sam. We really are
Sam.
truly grateful for that MOVABA. MOVABA siya talaga dyan ang lumalabas sa bibig ko ngayon. But yeah, thank you so much for today. I hope you have enjoyed.
Yes, thank you for the invite.
Yes, uulitin. Next topic. Bitaw. So, that's it. Maryang, do let our audience know about our social medias and what's going on in our church.
Okay, for those who are new to our podcast, we are actually in Spotify, YouTube, and we also have an account, an Instagram account, and also Facebook account. So if you guys are new, then you may subscribe to us.
Like.
And yeah, give us
Share.
a thumbs up and then share our content. And yeah, please enjoy our episodes.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we would want to invite you in our worship every Sunday at 10 in the morning here in One Central Hotel at 7th floor. And thanks again, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sam.
And enjoy the rest of your day, everyone, wherever you are in the world. Bye-bye. See you in our next episode.